Hi cuties! Today's poem is a delicate story of a soul that is too pure for the harshness of this world. It reflects a journey where her innocence and strength became her burden. Of course, this poem is both for men and women, but for the sake of the poem, I have written her. And also, it is a sad but a heartful reminder to value and protect those who are too soft for a world that can be so hard. So, let's get to the poem. She was born in the quiet hours when the earth still holds its breath and the morning unfolds like a secret, soft, untouched, and unknown of the shadows. Her hands were meant for gentleness, meant to cradle the fragile things others forgot. She carried no armors, only a heart that trusted too easily and believed too readily in the goodness of others. But the world does not know what to do with such tenderness. It prodded her, pushed her, tested her until she bled invisible. And when she stood there smiling still, they whispered it's her fault. She followed paths others had drawn in the sand, their footsteps carved deeper than her own. They told her it was love, this quiet submission, this endless yielding to the needs of those who held no space for her dreams. And so she gave as rivers do, until she was left only a trickle of herself. They used her softness like a key, unlocking doors that led only to their desires. When she tried to close them, to breathe, to say, "This is mine," they turned away, calling her selfish for daring to speak. Even love was no refuge. It promised shelters but gave her storms, promised tenderness but left her raw. Her lovers touched her like a flower, only to pluck her petals one by one, asking why she was no longer whole and fun. She tried to stitch herself together with her passion to find a thread of her own in the fabric of life. But even then, the world found ways to pull at her seams, calling her wild, calling her lost, judging what they did not care to understand. She began to fold inward like a paper grain, too worn to take flights. Her laughter dimmed, her voice grew thin, until she spoke only to the quiet corners of her mind where no one could reach her. They never saw her unraveling, never noticed the way her lights flickered because they had mistaken it for permanence. And when the flame finally went out, they asked with faint surprise, why did she leave us? But she has been leaving them for years, piece by piece, in silence, in solitude, not because she wanted to, but because the world left her no other ways to survive. And now she's gone. Her absence is like the soft hush of snowfall, a stillness that lingers, reminding us that sometimes the gentlest souls are the first to be lost.